welcome into Sports Night, brought to you by First Bank. I'm Jake Hibbard, and we are on to the regional tournament in basketball. By the way, congratulations. Hey, go get them again next year, right? If you can. Both Star Valley's girls and boys basketball teams, #1 going into the tournament. But you know the rule, win 2 before you lose 2. For the Star Valley girls, it's been as dramatic of a turnaround as we've ever seen, from 1-8 to 11-9. The girls didn't pick up their second win until January 18th, but since that point, they've only lost once and have closed out the season with a 10-1 record. That earns them the late game in the girls bracket, although it is against #4 seeded home team Rock Springs. On the other side of the bracket, Kelly Walsh is the Northwest #1 seed. That somehow earns them the 9 a.m. game against Jackson. And then Evanston plays Natrona County, and Green River will take on Riverton. On the boys' side of the bracket, Star Valley's the top seed from their quadrant, which earns them an 8:15 start at Rock Springs High School against Sweetwater County local-ish team Green River, the 4 seed from the other quadrant. Green River and Star Valley only met once back on February 8th, a 68-36 win for Star Valley. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Kelly Walsh versus Riverton. Also just the second meeting for those teams. The first one, a 42-37 win for Kelly Walsh, saw nobody hit double digits in scoring. Jaden Becker had the most points to lead Kelly Walsh with 9 off 3 of 10 shooting, and neither team shot 40% from the field. Malachi Smith was held to just 2 of 9 from the field for Riverton, and expect Coach Roden and the Kelly Walsh defense to utilize that 2-3 zone to try to keep Malachi out of the post again. Star Valley's season started as slow as it could, losing 7 of their first 8. They then went on an 8-game winning streak, but closed the season 2-2 with losses to Riverton and Natrona County and wins over Evanston and Jackson Hole. As Coach Shumway's alluded to before, when taking on Green River, the biggest thing is keeping track of where their players are on the court, most namely Hunter Lake and Daxton Taylor, who aren't the biggest players on the court, but maybe the most opportunistic. Regardless of a win or loss, Star Valley takes on either Kelly Walsh or Riverton on day 2. Star Valley's 2-0 against Kelly Walsh with a combined victory total of 2 points. They won 50-49 the first time, and then on the road came away with a 52-51 win. No change for Kelly Walsh. Star Valley will have to work against the runner offense and 2-3 zone defense. And if you want more information on that, you can check out this episode. Now, as for Riverton, it's a split season series. Star Valley won at home 57-47 and then lost on the road 42-38. The 7'3" wingspan of Malachi Smith is an issue for both sides of the ball for Star Valley, but so is the possibility of a slow tempo being employed by Coach Bo Sheets for Riverton to try to limit Star Valley's possessions. And since we're mentioning it, that could be a problem with Kelly Walsh as well, as they just came off a 38-36 win over Natrona County in the Peach Basket. Folks, this game was 23-14 going into the 4th quarter. Only 636 more sleeps until Wyoming gets their shot clock.
I was just thinking, if we just get through this week, then it's only one more week until the next week. That we just have to get through that one, and then another one after that.
Now, if Star Valley can make it to the title match on Saturday, realistically, they could see any one of 3 teams. Sorry, Jackson. The 1 seed Natrona County is 1-1 against Star Valley. The first time, the Braves had little trouble. The second game came down to this.
Seconds. Kneeled, looking, heaves, Linford catch, tries to go back to Shumway, and it's tipped around, and Shumway can't get off the shot.
The biggest difference was senior point guard Gabe Patton, who was out to begin the year. And you can see more about that team's development here. Natrona County offers as well-balanced of a team as we have in the Western Conference. The #2 seed is Evanston. They're 1-2 against Star Valley, 0-2 in conference games, and are a senior-led class that this is their year if anyone is. Their captain, Clayton Cook, is at the center of a fast-paced motion offense that you can see more about here. And then there's Rock Springs. Sam Lionberger and Boston James both are utilized as big wings who create on ball in the half court, and they also run pretty well in transition. And don't forget, they're the home team. Thursday's game to start it all off, Star Valley against Green River, 8:15 p.m. the scheduled time on SVInews.com. How about the girls' regional bracket? On Star Valley's side, Green River and Riverton meet up as the 2 and 3 seeds. Kelly Walsh faces Jackson as the top seed against the 4 seed. And then Evanston, Natrona County as the other 2-3 seeded matchup. And then there's the late game, #1 Star Valley versus Rock Springs. The #4 seed, but again, the home team. The first and only matchup between these two was at Rock Springs in a Star Valley win 44-30, but double-digit win or not, it was a messy game.
One thing that we talked about, our focus skill for this week is take care of the ball and no unforced turnovers. That game is we just had some silly turnovers. Ambry traveled a handful of times when she usually doesn't, and just our passing. And that's what Ace does.
Both sides of Rock Springs is centered around Emma Acey, the Gillette College-bound senior.
She has long arms and she likes to get deflections, and as we talked about that and we're focusing on that game, that's one thing we talked about too, is we got to eliminate her deflections and her distractions that it does to our offense.
From losing 7 of 8 to the number 1 seed in their quadrant, I asked Coach Erickson if he's ever had a team make this sort of turnaround.
No, I have not. I've not had a team like this that's been able to gain that much traction, that much ground, and then also to be consistent. A couple of things. We had to find out our identity. And it takes even reflection for me as a coach, and I had to reach out to other coaches and get some feedback and get some thought, and then we gathered together as a staff that we have right now and made those decisions to do it. Not only the changes we had to make as a coaching staff, these girls, Jake, they bought in. And I'm not discrediting any of the girls that I've had in the past, because I've had great group of girls. I've had great groups of seniors, great group of individuals who have done well. But this group is bought in, and what I like and I hope we can continue to see is they're still bought in.
And of course, the conditioning drill Syracuse is what helped lead to this turnaround. You can learn more about that here. But basically, these girls have conditioned to the point that in the fourth quarter, they're in better shape than the other team, as you can see here. Also at the core of this success has been rebounding. But what's so interesting is when we look at the best rebounding teams in Wyoming this year, a team like Easter Central is led by players 6 foot plus, but not Star Valley. Who's their tallest player? And how tall are they? Well, I asked them that, and they didn't know. Well, they got together on Monday, and that's Tori White and Ruby Hill there, deciding who's the tallest on the team.
Tori was maybe a half inch, if that, taller. And
so, how tall? I don't care. Fair enough. But if it isn't height, why are they so tough on the boards?
We know that we're not very tall, but we also have girls that want the ball, and there's 3 of them, and I'm not going to take credit away from the others, but Cambry wants the ball, Emily wants the ball, and Ambry, and there's some of our smaller girls. And then you have Tori and Ruby, who's still going to get there and get some rebounds no matter what, just because of the position that they're in. And then you take Cameron, 3 rebounds for a short little guard like her, in a game, we'll take it any day. And so we have girls that we talk about crashing the boards a lot. We hit boxing out a lot. And I just feel that they have a good sense for the ball and want to go get it.
Star Valley, 5 o'clock at Rock Springs High School Gymnasium. Tomorrow night, taking on number 4, Rock Springs. Hey, hit that subscribe. Let's get to state, and I'll see you next week.